Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of What If Season 2 coming at you. This episode is What If the Avengers Assembled in 1602. So, obviously we're going to get some Isaac Newtons and some guys like that, right? Or we're just going to get the Avengers just in, 1602 outfits and stuff like that. Who knows? Let's see what happens.
To be or not to be against a sea of troubles, and by opposing.
Why would this ever be an idea? Who would possibly think of this?
Stream, I.
After death, the undiscovered.
I'm sorry, that seems like a really big deal, but only Captain Carter is able to save the day with this?
My queen!
Why is Captain Carter doing everything here? Is Thor unable to do anything now?
Hang on!
She said hang on, why weren't you listening to her?
Sister!
We know. Was that line in there so people who have not seen Ragnarok know that Thor and Hela are sisters? Really, Captain Carter just did everything and everyone sat around and did absolutely nothing to help out.
Long live King Thor Odinson!
I am truly sorry.
My sister is gone, lost to the storms that are tearing our world apart. The storms the Scarlet Witch summoned you to stop.
Okay, well, Thor just explained the entire plot, so are we all on the same page here?
She is cursed. Seize her.
Didn't the last Captain Carter episode end where she went to the portal and Wanda was there with Nick Fury? So why wouldn't we just continue on from that point? We had a massive time jump. Are we going to go back in time and spend 80% of this episode going over that crap?
And if I borrow that?
That's my Yorick!
So this is the Hulk, I'm guessing, because he turns purple for some... Oh no, it's Happy Hogan, my mistake.
What you're seeing has all the makings of a Shakespearean tragedy.
What a perfect way to describe the MCU right now, a Shakespearean tragedy.
The year is 16.
Why are you letting this stuff happen? I understand the Watcher, this dude right here. He keeps saying things like, oh, I can only observe, but I cannot intervene and crap like that, though. But of course, last season, he intervened and did right by Captain Carter by transporting her to a universe where she can exist and everything's okay. But he saw her go to that portal, and then afterwards he's like, nah, it's okay. I'll just watch from a distance and not try to help her out in any way, shape, or form.
A time-displaced super soldier end up in such a strangely familiar reality.
Guys, you don't have an hour to discuss this shit. You have remaining about 25 minutes. Tell us what's going on. There should not have been a time jump. This episode should have started exactly where the last one ended. She wakes up in this world with Wanda and Nick Fury and 1602, and then you go on from there.
With their world collapsing in on itself, a band of heroes gathered together to save their reality.
I have a question. I have a feeling they're not going to answer this, though. How do they know of certain things? Especially now in 1602, where they're not really that far into the Renaissance era, it looks like. They just know about all these worlds and stuff like that. Are we going to have any explanation at all about that?
Wanda Maximoff used her powers to reach into a neighboring universe for a warrior.
Oh my god, is Captain Carter that hero? The only hero? There's nobody else? Why is this series stroking her off so much? There's no one else you can talk about? She is the best and most righteous one out there?
Peggy Carter.
I really don't think Peggy Carter is that great, though. She's not really going that far above and beyond. She's just doing the right thing. And that's it, though. I'm not really getting that much out of it. Are they trying to imply that Captain Carter is the second coming of Jesus Christ?
Heroes of 1602 in their desperate bid to save their world.
Alright, so let me see if I understand this correctly, okay? You're Wanda, and you have the ability to yeet people from different multiverses into your own, though. And you choose an enhanced woman with a shield. You don't choose Superior Strain, Sorcerer Supreme Strain, whatever the depressed one is. You don't go for anyone that can help out. You got a normal person with some enhanced abilities to save everything? There's no one else? I mean, you couldn't grab anyone else? Right now, this plan is already flawed. You're not going to save anything with just her.
A failure and an outlaw in the dying universe she was summoned to save.
But you didn't explain anything of what happened after she got there. And I'm saying this now, fully known, there's still 24 minutes left. But this show does a terrible job of explaining things. So we're just going to keep going forward with have a tiny little line here and there to maybe explain something. And then the audience is going to be like, oh, okay, this all makes sense, of course.
No place to go. Nothing.
I can hear you, you know.
Are you serious right now? Are you telling me Captain Carter can hear the Watchers speaking? And at no point she's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, really? You can?
Well, I mean, sometimes, yes.
What? Oh, okay, so Captain Carter is the greatest, most righteous hero of all time, though. And now she could hear this omnipotent figure that can just go to any multiverse at any given time. She just knows he's there?
Do you need something? I'm kind of busy.
Peggy, you don't belong here. You're...
Okay, get me out of here then. You are the one that can do this. You are the god of this universe. Just take her out of the universe.
fighting a battle you can't possibly understand.
The 1600s and the early 21st century have been compressed, stuck together like two pieces of gum.
Okay, you do know.
Oh, okay. It's just that simple. What is your job, Watcher? What do you do? I know you are the Watcher, which means that you just sit down there and observe things like that, though. But you've shown in the last season that you have the ability to intervene and do things, right? So now you're just sitting there, letting shit just happen, and they're like, "Oh, Peggy Carter, you're in a lot of danger. You can't win this fight." It's like, okay, that's great, though. Are you coming to help me? Are you coming to do something?
Impressive.
And if I don't find a way to unstick these time periods, this universe will shatter.
Why are these two time periods stuck together? And also, what evidence do we see of that? Wouldn't it be a good idea to maybe show how these two universes are colliding together? Maybe one point, I don't know, a car from modern era just shoots in there or something like that, though, or something happens. From what I'm looking at right now, it's just a regular day in 1602.
What's that for?
I'm going to take you back to your universe.
Perfect. Problem solved. You don't need to be here, Captain Carter. This is not your universe. It was a mistake that you're here, though, and I will bring you back. There's nothing she could possibly say that would keep her here, right?
I'm not leaving.
Worlds die every day. I've watched millions fade from existence.
You are the worst person in the world. You just sit around and watch shit happen.
Well, not on my watch.
You can't do anything. You're just a regular person. If you were like a wizard or something like that, I would say you have a chance of doing something. But you are, again, just a regular person that could just jump a little bit higher than the average person.
But I still believe she is the key to our survival.
Why? You are the key to the survival. You are the most powerful witch of all existence. You could solve this problem, not her.
A person from a time that is still to come.
Is it Cahorny, of course? You know, the most righteous human being of all existence that's going to save the day as well?
Poppycock.
Calm yourself, Hogan. Mind your affliction.
Hey, I was right. That was Happy Hogan. Good on me.
A future person.
More of a lost traveler.
A future person. Captain Carter's already a future person. Why are you surprised by this revelation, Thor?
A forerunner who has fallen through time. The answer is beyond even my capabilities.
Sounds like you have your mission.
Why are you working with Captain Carter and not telling the audience?
Oh! 5 more minutes.
Do you even know what time is back then? Just out of curiosity, did they have clocks back then?
I'm searching for a person, the Forerunner. Reason reality is collapsing around us.
Can we maybe show more things of reality collapsing around them? Because this looks like, if anything, the movie Pacific Rim, where just these portals were opening up and monsters were coming out. They know way too much with so little being actually shown to the audience.
You think this Forerunner would share the same energy as the Rips? Magic needed to power such a device. Well, there is one thing rumored to have enough power to propel 1,000 ships. Sounds like you need a thief.
Good morrow, Prince Loki.
Roger's heard. You know, for an outlaw, you're annoyingly chipper.
It cannot be. This must be some trickery. For my maid Margaret passed to the other side many moons ago.
I'm dead in this world? That's great. Sorry, I mean, that's...
What the fuck, man?
Come on, with haste, or they're lost in each other's eyes.
Hi.
Hi.
Bro, your wife just died like an hour ago, right? You moved on fast.
In your world, is there another Steve Rogers?
Just does everyone know that there are multiple worlds out there? Because it seems like they're really cool with this and not really freaked out by it at all.
Tell me what he's like.
Well, he's small, asthmatic, and obviously the bad guy, but I was too love-struck to see that.
No, I don't think I will.
That line doesn't work. Okay, remember in Multiverse of Madness when we had the I can do this all day line and then she got cut in half? It didn't have the same weight because we never saw her struggling and doing all the Steve Rogers things, so the line didn't work the same way. This is the same thing. You can't just go with the no, I don't think I will, and expect it to have the same gravitas to it.
But
My Margaret would want to save this world too.
Okay, you really got over your wife pretty fast.
what is that?
Oh no.
Men, we've got company! You weren't jesting about the king hating you.
He thinks I killed his sister.
Yeah, that would do it.
Did he really? I'm confused here. Why would he think such a thing? You are, again, just a normal person, right? Did he think that your presence here ripped open the space-time continuum or something like that, though? I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to explain away, right? Is this like one of those, canon events, though, like in the Spider-Man universe, where every version of Spider-Man out there loses someone they love? Is this what happens with Captain America, that it doesn't matter what the universe it is, though, in the end he ends up with Peggy Carter? I don't mean to be that guy, though, but why wasn't that your opening move? Just blow up the treehouse and then, get to see if she's alive or something like that, though, because obviously you want to get her alive, though, but you still blew up the treehouse, so maybe that should have just been your opening move.
I will not abandon you here.
Getting the scepter is all that matters.
I'm sorry, why do they need the scepter again? They kind of really rushed through that one.
I'll draw their fire and cover your exit.
Men, you heard the lady.
How can you draw their fire? You're a tiny ant right now. You're not that big. Are you gonna go big and then go small again?
Oh, I didn't think this through.
No, you didn't. That was a really dumb idea. Oh my god. You can't be that stupid.
It appears to me that my king is not the one that requires saving.
You know, a lot of these plots could just be solved with a simple conversation. I still don't understand why Thor immediately decided that, hey, we have to take Captain Carter into custody. Just, why does he think that she's responsible for this when Wanda clearly brought her into this universe on her own free will?
We're all friends. Me.
No, you weren't. You weren't friends with Hogan on a different universe, were you? That wasn't ever explained or seen.
You. Stop.
We never got that. How come you're trying to use these member berries and make me go, oh my god, they were the bestest friends, when we never actually saw it?
Well, that would be a farce to see.
Why would that be a reason to stop the Destroyer at this point, though? Wouldn't you just have him... Why would you have him stop, though? That's so stupid. So you had him stop, so then she would lower her shield, so you can just arrest her? I don't know why I'm confused by this. Also, why are you surrendering, Captain Carter? You were just taking the Destroyer's most powerful beam. Like, these dudes with guns should not be a problem for you then, right? Captain Carter, you're stronger than this. Why are you just letting yourself be stuck in chains? Is there going to be a line like, oh, these are vibranium chains or something like that, though?
Are you watching?
Always.
Yes, I have nothing else to do.
Are you ready to go home?
Yes, get me out of here.
No, there's still a chance. I can save this universe.
Yes, the Watcher can bring someone in that knows what the hell they're doing. Get Superior Strange or someone like that, bring them in here, and be like, hey, we have a problem here. Okay, I'll solve it really quickly.
If I locate the Forerunner, please, you...
Why? That doesn't make any sense. What is the Forerunner? Is it Loki's staff? Why would that be the key to everything?
I'm unable to see the coming events clearly when a universe is close to extinction.
That is such a cop-out. Why? Why would that be a thing? You cannot see the coming events when a universe is being destroyed? No, that shouldn't affect a single thing at all.
This world is destined to die. You can't change that.
How do you know this world is destined to die if you cannot see the events of the future, right?
I have to try.
Because you're human.
Because I'm Captain Carter.
You're a regular person. You can't do anything. This is not your area of expertise. You are absolutely unqualified to save this universe. And I'm wondering, is she going to break out of her chains right now? Oh my god. I am watching this for the first time. Okay. You could have broken out of your chains this entire time, but you waited for the Watcher to show up to tell you that everything is worthless and you can't do anything. And then she's like, you know what? I'm gonna stop everything and save this world. I just need an audience for it. I'm so disappointed right now. There were so many things they could have done. The Watcher could have showed up and could have said something like, oh, you haven't broken out yet? And she could have said, vibranium cuffs. Always a problem for me, or something like that, though. You have all this Marvel lore that you could put into all these little things, but for some, you put the Yellow Jackets in there. You put all these other the Happy Hogan as the Hulk, though, but you didn't put vibranium cuffs. You just locked this woman in there that you already know is the strongest being in your galaxy right now, and then you're like, oh, it's okay though. Just put these simple metal cuffs on her, and everything will just be fine. Also, a wooden door.
There you are. The monster in the iron mask. We could use your help.
Shh. Go.
Is it the Hulk? Why would the Hulk, out of all the people in the Marvel Universe, be able to stop whatever is happening with these rifts in time or whatever's going on? Because it's clearly not being explained that well. You need a magical person here. You don't need a regular person that's just enhanced in some way. I don't mean to be that guy though, but if you have this dude in prison that gets really pissed off and then turns into a monster, wouldn't you keep him somewhere like really, really, really deep underground, somewhere really secluded, not with the rest of the prisoners? If he could be set off this easily, then wouldn't you put him somewhere else?
I'll hate this world!
Peggy will fix it!
How? How would you fix it?
I hope.
Which led me to finishing my greatest invention ever. It will reveal the Forerunner and send them back from whence they came.
Oh, okay. It's just a magic box that could do everything.
The prized royal stone is inserted.
Maybe we can help with that.
Storming the castle is kind of our thing.
Lords and ladies from across the kingdom will be there.
Tony will line wait with the device.
How did he sneak that in?
He's a clever man, and he's a military man, and he,
What is Loki's role in this universe? Before we just show him up there doing Shakespeare, but now he's at the royal palace with a seat up front? What's going on with him?
Lang? What?
Why is Scott a moron in every universe? I don't really understand that. It's like Killmonger was an asshole in every universe. It's just Scott's a moron every time you see him.
Our great king, the one most worthy, Thor Odinson!
Is Thor powerful in this? Is he actually a god? Does he have anything he can do, or is he just a normal, really big dude?
It's here.
It's upon us!
Now or never. What's the signal?
Tony said we'd know it when we saw it.
Come on, Buck. Together we'll teach them to dance.
I'm sorry, wasn't Bucky and Scott on the ground with the trumpeters? And now they're up in the sky? Do people actually find Scott funny? I just had just a question for the audience. Do you think Scott Lang is actually a funny character, or they just give him the worst lines possible?
We'll keep them busy.
Why is Happy Hogan not going Hulk mode as well, though? Wouldn't this be the time to do that?
Sir.
Maybe even have it as a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation where he has to take a formula or something like that, though, because there is no reason why Happy Hogan, at this time when the invaders are here and the rift is opening up, for him to not go into Hulk mode.
3 suited men!
Oh, is this gonna be the thing that sets him off?
Whoa, Hogan, easy.
Thor, you need to trust me and hand over the scepter.
I trusted you once. My sister trusted you. We all...
Okay, I'm a little bit confused here. This is the problem with the massive time jump. I don't know their relationship. I don't know Peggy Carter's relationship to the royal court. Because this is all apparently her fault in some way, shape, or form, but again, not explained to the audience.
It's vibranium.
Who gives a shit? Is the sword supposed to break her shield or something like that? Was that what they're gonna go with?
Steve, we have trouble.
No, you don't have trouble. This is just a regular dude with a really powerful sword that's just, made of a better metal. That's it. Are we supposed to assume that Thor has powers right now?
Easy, Hogan.
Why is the Hulk not taking this guy one-on-one? If the sword is not going to break the shield, there was no reason at all to say that it was vibranium. We could just assume it's an enchanted sword and that's it, right? Finally, that took way too long. Oh, it's a Red Skull. That's a weird. I thought it was gonna be like Ebony Maw or something like that. Why would the Red Skull be the executioner? Yeah, right? I mean, if you look at all these characters, like, okay, I could kind of understand them being these 1602 counterparts, but I never thought that, the Red Skull was the executioner. Shouldn't he be the one in Happy Hogan's place, though, leading the armies, because he was in charge of people? This doesn't look like it's that big of a deal. Why was Captain Carter so freaked out by him getting his sword finally?
There they are.
I'm confused here. Does Wanda know what's going on? Why is she relieved to see these people? She shouldn't know what's going on. She shouldn't know what that machine is. Does Wanda actually know any of this stuff?
What?
I'm sorry, my king, but we're out of time.
Why are you betraying the king randomly? Was Wanda in on this the entire time? And didn't tell Thor, the king, about this stuff? Again, a simple conversation could have removed 99% of this episode.
Find me an opening.
Wait, so the plan this whole time was to betray Thor, the king, by not telling him how to solve this problem? They were all in on it?
This had better work, Stark.
Okay, if it doesn't, you're right. The universe is destroyed. Is there a reason why Thor doesn't have a hammer and he's using a sword? I don't really understand what's the significance of that, though. I'm assuming it's Heimdall's sword?
Anytime you like.
Almost there.
Why is Thor walking so slowly? From Thor's point of view right now, the fate of his world is about to be destroyed. He was just betrayed by his trusted advisors, but I'm gonna walk really, 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 really slowly, essentially monologuing.
It's him. The Forerunner.
Why?
He's the future man?
That's impossible.
I remember a battle. I went to strike with my shield and hit one of the stones instead.
It's true. Carter was right.
What? Why are you taking these things at face value when you didn't believe them before?
Carter, don't be a fool. Finish your task.
What's supposed to happen here? Are they supposed to yeet Steve into this portal? Wait a second, is this like in Multiverse of Madness where they were talking about if you take someone from a different point of, different dimension or something like that, though, it destroys the entire world or something like that, though? Is that what they're going with right now? And how long has Steve been here? Because the way they explained it in Multiverse of Madness, that as long as the person's here, they're just continuously destroying the universe. Right? So, what's the timetable on this? So, Steve just popped into this universe, and everyone said, like, oh, cool, here's this random dude here. And then all this stuff started happening, like, last week? Couldn't Captain Carter technically be the incursion? I think that was the word they used.
I can't lose you again.
You lose him. There's an infinite amount of Steves out there, and the Watcher could clearly just put you in any universe, right? Why couldn't he just do it again?
It never gets easier.
I'm sorry, I don't feel any emotional connection to this story at all, though, because we've seen that there's just an infinite number of Steves out there, so this is not really that sad of a thing.
We never get our happy ending.
How long has Steve been here? Does anyone have any idea how long he's been here?
I'm sure somewhere out there. We do.
Yes, you do. And again, the Watcher could just put you in any multiverse, so this isn't that big of a deal, or it's that sad. I'm confused of how this gauntlet even works, and I don't think they care to explain it.
Steve.
Peg.
What is it doing to him? Is it putting him in the portal? Is Hela gonna pop out? What's going on here? He just exploded and that was it? That's what happened?
There was a superstition back during my days in the war that
Where is everyone else? Why are you monologuing?
because every battle you won.
What happened to everyone at the palace?
That you, Watcher?
Nah, I just thought you could use a friend.
Strange? What are you doing here?
Okay, that was episode 8 of What If Season 2. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602? Another rushed episode. No real logic to anything happening. Nothing explained. Rushed plot entirely. Senseless characters. Bad use of the what if. Especially the multiverse trope. Okay, the action was cool. I give it that. I really hate the whole Peggy Carter and Steve are destined to be together and not be together in every conceivable multiverse as a canon event. I got no idea what's going on with Sinister Strange. I believe there's only not that many episodes left. There might actually be one episode left, so they're really gonna have to rush this next one. Yeah, I really didn't like this episode at all. It felt like it could be so much better. A lot of these episodes could be a lot better if they would maybe tack on an extra 15 minutes and just remove a lot of the bloat and one-liners and dumb stuff like that. Just really explain these things, and especially when you have the Watcher that could just narrate his way through these episodes and give us a really quick overview of everything. They're not taking advantage of that. I don't know, another forgettable episode of What If. So what do you guys think about that?